And just like that, they're about to go back into the gameplay. There's the super, yeah. And as you can see here, Hyperion shotguns now have shields when you ADS. I don't know why it took them so long to mention that, but it's true. You now have a ADS shield on Hyperion shotguns, which is dope. Extra damage mitigation.
I was very lucky. Alright, you leveled up.
Now, one thing to look out for is to look at the damage numbers that come up off the enemies here. So we'll use some of that information later, but just for now, like, look at some of these numbers like 56, 26.
26 is there. Ooh.
Oh. Now that's a Hyperion shotgun. Hyperion shotguns have shields that come out.
You want to switch back to that shotgun?
I will unleash the great
So great.
Okay, hold on here. They're gonna mention it here, but I think I should mention it instead, even though it's the development. So that new, as you know, if you don't know, they did add a new archetype in the world of Borderlands. There's no longer slag. However, there's radiation. So what radiation does, if an enemy is irradiated, I think they'll take bonus damage, but as they die, they'll explode, and any enemies around them will also become irradiated, which also have a chance to explode and, irradiate more enemies around it. So it's like cause and effect. You kind of irradiate one, you do some damage, you irradiate some more. There's just like a whole bunch of things that happen. And I think this is probably an important part. They're going to reveal some loot here. Alright, now I'll let them talk about the loot.
Stuff. Okay, let's see here. So Amara's level 5, these weapons are level 5. I want you to notice that, by the way. Notice the two here. We've got a rare and an epic, both level 5. And the reason why I want you to remember that is because that was kind of a challenging fight. We're going to need some help for the next section, so we're going to bring in a co-op buddy. Borderlands 3, of course, is fully co-op playable, split screen, networked, however you like to play. Amara just picked up the purple. Turn around and let's look and find our co-op buddy. This is Zane Flint, the operative. Say hi, Zane. All right, we're going to switch to Zane's view. Can we flip that now? Okay, this is Zane's view. I want you to notice something here. Zane is level 25. So obviously Zane's been playing longer than Amara, who is level 5. And if we look...
And as you can see, so all items in the game, whether you're co-opted or not, there's actually a game mode setting in the game that you can actually have all the loot to be appropriate to your... I think it's on by default. All the loot will be appropriate to your level. And at the same time, there's another setting where whatever loot gets found in the world is kind of like... it's available for everyone. So it's like, if someone finds a legendary, like an infinity pistol from Borderlands 2, everybody that is playing with you can actually go pick up the infinity pistol. So you don't have to worry about people scavenging your items and junk like that. But you can also turn it back to classic Borderlands mode. So you have to fight for your right to use different kinds of weapons, which I personally love. So I don't care whether or not people want to get the same gun. it's the only mode that's viable is the classic mode. Of course, I'm kidding, but you know, there's definitely a lot more variety to the game. Like you're not very limited, so everyone it's equal opportunity for everyone. And in this next section, they're definitely going to show off a lot more of the balancing.
All wrapped up in one. All right, we've got Amara, we've got Zane. We know what they can do. Let's get into the Holy Broadcast Center and see if we can find Mouthpiece.
Oopsie, looks like we've got a technical issue, but don't worry. We'll post the welcome vid later along with some new Let's Plays. Signing off for now. Don't forget to like, follow, and obey.
Another perfect live stream from our infallible God Queen Tyreen. The Holy Broadcast Center opens once again to hear your sins and receive your skins.
I'll mention this now. I didn't. In the later scene in this, we'll like start to notice, like them talking more. But I expected. I didn't know what to expect, but I would have thought that the main villains had different voices. They kind of like cheery and all that, and it's kind of like hype. We can start to see the Sentinel drone out here, so it's just different. Not anything that I expected, but I'm with it. I'm still down with it.
Also, check out his damage numbers, right? His enemies are level 27, but his damage is balanced to Amara's game, because he's in Amara's game right now. For Amara, those enemies are level 5.
I think that actually shouldn't get skipped over. So what they just mentioned actually is in co-op games, no matter whose game you're in, and I'm pretty sure you're able to turn it off in classic mode actually, is you'll start to notice that in that game, like they said, they mentioned in the numbers, like if you're a higher level and you're in a lower person's level game, you do damage according to what level those enemies are for the lower level players. So while is level 25, he can't just like one shot and blow through everything because of Amara's level, which actually makes it a lot. Yeah, of course you can turn it off and on, but if you have level, like you're level 25 and you're just hopping on to play with your friends, or like level 5 and stuff at the beginning of the game, they can still experience like all the fights as being like difficult, and you won't like blow through everything in the game. So that's nice. And the Theodore weapons are hype. Just look at this. It's our leg gun.
Go get him, guys! Oh, it's adorable.
Look at that. There's also a gun that fires rockets when you reloaded the Theodore gun.
Yeah, throw another one of those Merv guns out. Check this out. With homing rockets.
The homing rockets look a little wonky, like they're a bit slow and delayed, but it's whatever. It doesn't matter.
It's a little close to your ears.
Oh, goodbye.
All right, you guys ready? Oh, you learned! We can dodge that. That's wicked. I see some ammunition vending machines. Hey, walk up to that ammo vending machine. I want to show you guys this. Now, he's already full on ammo, but you just press that or press Y right there and you can reload all your ammo. You don't even have to go in and buy things one at a time. Of course, you can buy individual pieces if you want. Now, I don't know about you guys, but whenever you play a video game and you happen upon a room where there's ammo and vending machines to kind of make sure you're stocked up, it can be a pretty safe bet that you're about to run into a boss fight. Not only is Borderlands 3 a much, much larger game than any Borderlands game before it, but we've added more boss fights than ever before, because we think boss fights are exciting opportunities for players to have their skill tested, but also to be rewarded with kick-ass loot. So let's go ahead and see if we can find Mouthpiece.
All right.
His shield's like an equalizer. Zane used his clone teleport to dodge that area of effect that Mouthpiece just made. Oh shit. Oh god, you're needed. Gotta look at the loot, man.
You got
Let's
some
kill
loot
that
over
guy.
there.
Let's get the loot.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys see the gun that Mouthpiece was shooting at us with the like kind of sound waves flying out? Check this out. One of the greatest feelings in Borderlands is when an enemy's using a gun against you, you kill that guy, and then you take that gun and use it against your next foes. I love that so much.
Yeah. Well, let's do what we came here for, and let's get the vault map.
Amara, you gonna pick that up?
Did you come all this way for that busted-ass map, or are you just here to see me? Didn't know you were such a super fan. Well, you missed the show. Oh, right. But you're all like, what's up with those husks? Well, it's a thing I do. Check out the screens. So I offered the Sun Smashers a place in our family, but they just wanted guns and cash. They betrayed the family. Oh, then Troy said something great.
Gods don't negotiate.
Gods don't negotiate. I love it. Love it. Like I said, that map is super busted, so go ahead and take it. I'll swing by later to pick it up. You're my most loyal follower, Vault Thief. You just don't know it yet.
I'd like to introduce Sanctuary 3. We don't talk about Sanctuary 2. Since Sanctuary 3 is our home base, it's a great stopping point between missions. On Sanctuary 3, we can meet our friends, trade our loot, and prepare ourselves for what comes next. You'll notice here there's a quick change station where we can modify our appearance.
All right, cool. They're going to talk about this, but I'll mention this first. So there is a loot retrieval area. So any loot that you lost in the world as you were shooting, bowling, doing what you need to do, killing enemies, you'll actually be able to retrieve that loot from the box thing. So it's kind of like if you ever played Destiny, I know I mentioned this before. It's kind of like the Postmaster. So any guns you missed out on that you're interested in getting back or like actually using, Postmaster will hold it down for you, and you can just get it back once you make it onto Sanctuary 3, the ship that actually teleports you through the rest of the universe. And this is really just like a hub that's the golden key spot, but this is just a hub of like all the different kinds of stuff. We have Marcus here coming up. Sooner or later will be Moxie. Lilith shows up right here on the screen. You can it shows you that you can actually just straight up buy the storage deck upgrade. Yeah, you didn't think I remember what STU stands for, but you pay for them in cash. So all the Iridian, which is still a factor, we saw that in the boss fight against Mouthpiece. I was gonna say Peace Mouthpiece. That he did drop some Iridian. You can use that at Crazy Earl's. Yeah, homeboy's still alive. You know what it be. We traveling to Moxie's bar. They got the gambling machines. So you know you gotta gamble some. You know, right? And of course, right as we go into this, yes, Miss Moxie. Miss Moxie actually does look a lot different. Like she looks slimmer in the face. Like her face it's just a lot slimmer. I don't know how to describe it. It's not the Moxie of old, but that's all right. Of course, you still tip her. I'm trying to get them Moxie guns. Not that it vibrates on PC, but if we can get something, it'll be all right. But not only that, we Ellie is on this ship as well. You know, I think when they mention it, when we get to Ellie's part, you actually all vehicles that you found in the world actually get stored with her, so you're able to see them. You're able to like see them, and I assume you could upgrade them or do something special to them. Because why else would they mention that you store the vehicles, or you're using them for like when you teleport and do all kinds of stuff. The infirmary. I'm surprised we didn't see Dr. Zed here, but a surprise, someone is on their way.
Surprisingly comfortable, like a fleshy sleeping bag. Although I do feel a bit viscous.
Yeah, so we got young Tanners. Here is our medical woman. Who does what she needs to do, heal us, shields, class items. As I'm going through this a second time, we haven't seen a grinder, and I'm trying to get my hands on a grinder. Get me a Cat O' Tails, yeah. Hopefully we get one of those. Hey, Elpis is in the orbit of Pandora, so Concordia is definitely a different spot. But we trying to get somewhere. But this is really like mostly it. Out of all the areas, there is like one more area left that they'll go to in this. You can go back to the VOD and go watch this. But like everything that we've showed has really been Promethea. I mentioned in the last video that we did that there are other worlds. Oh, let's actually hold on. Let me go back to that. Right? Because we can actually, not this, we can actually read the description of Promethea, which I think that'll be the last thing we do to kind of just wrap this up here. Alright, so we have Promethea. After Atlas discovered the Iridian ruins on Promethea, everything changed. For Atlas, it was the start of a new golden age of expansion, research, and profit margins that would make Hyperion blush. For Promethea, it meant real estate development and wide-scale militarization. So that's just a description of the new planet that we'll be venturing to. But that's really it. There's also a new trailer that dropped with this. I'm not gonna go into it. It really didn't show much that we didn't see. However, it did show one thing. It did show is Flack and Mose actually use their skills. So if you want to go through that, you can see like what their skills actually look like when you're in first person and all that. But that's really it. This is all that's happened in the gameplay reveal. There's not really much after this. So if you're excited for Borderlands 3, this definitely got me hyped. And including in the VOD, there are streams of like actual people playing the games. You can go through that as well. I'm not going to go through that. And it really does look interesting. There's a lot of stuff new that looks like that you, well, of course, knew that you can do. But the game is definitely looking very crispy, very nice, and I can't wait till September 13th when we actually get to play and live stream the game. So, if you don't know, I'm the DJC. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more news and info about Borderlands 3. I was going to say the pre-sequel. And I'm going to catch you guys next time.